Hello to my Aquarius. All right, bonus requested. This is going to be the last bonus requested for this cycle. Okay, Aquarius. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see what comes out here. Let's see what comes out here, Aquarius. All right, so let's see how you're marching into your future as we're closing out a cycle. See how we're marching into the future as we're closing out the cycle. We have a new moon and a solar eclipse on the 29th. 2 and 9 is 11. 11 is a master number. And you all in tropical astrology are the 11th sign. You rule the 11th house. And the 11th house is about the future. It's about technology, friendships, community, goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, all those wonderful things, right? So, and I believe the moon is in your sign. And so it's affecting your Achilles, down in the lower area, getting ready to affect your feet. And then it's going to go back up to your head area, getting ready to move into that solar eclipse in that new moon. We'll have a new moon in Aries. Aries rules first house. And that's personality, that's her first impression, that's self-awareness, outlook on life, temperament, appearance, self-image, all those things, right? So, what you want to pay most attention to right now, as I said in previous readings, and we're going to get some good news for you moving forward as you continue to finish out this cycle strong and spring forward. I feel like, just judging by the comments, looking at the comments, a lot of you all have done the cleanup. You have done the cleaning and all those things. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. So I'm kind of getting a feeling before I even lay the cards out, that a lot of you all are just kind of sort of, kind of relaxing and getting ready to go into this new moon, allowing your body to sync with the rhythms of the moon, right? As you would normally on a new moon. But this is a solar eclipse, right? So it's a partial solar eclipse. So this is a partial reset, right? After a total letting go of some things. So you're processing, right? You're still processing of what you had to let go of, right? Energetically, cord cutting, all those things you've had to do, right? So let's get into it. All right. So of course, when you have to totally let go of something, of course there's emotions that's involved in that. You're in human form, obviously. You're not a robot. There's emotions involved with totally letting go. So if you're leaving a job, no matter how excited you are for moving into that next phase, there's some anxiety that goes along with that. No matter what you're leaving behind, there's some level of anxiety that goes along with that. Like, what does the new look like when you're closing out a cycle? Of course, those are your emotions. That's what your moon sign is for, right? So if you're dehydrated in any way, shape, form, or fashion, make sure you're loading up on water. Make sure you're listening to water sounds and loading up on water. Water, water, water. Not more sugar, not more caffeine, but water. Okay, gotta remind you. Gotta remind you. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it, Aquarius. Let's get right into it. Anything that is going, and then also foods with high water content, like watermelon, those kind of things, right? Positivity, those wonderful things. Let's go. Today is a great day. There we go. Today is a great day. Anything that you feel like is negative that's trying to come in, especially since you're a fixed sign, that you can toss into a burning bowl, that's going to keep your mind, you all are thinkers, right? And especially since Mercury is retrograde too. Mercury will have you thinking. Mercury actually rules Gemini and Virgo, and Gemini rules third house. Third house is about early education, intelligence, sibling interaction, logic, reason, communication skills, short trips, hobbies. Virgo, we had a full moon in Virgo. Virgo rules sixth house. That's about health, work habits, daily routines, fitness, pets, service to others, diet, spiritual practices. Um, Mercury is a messenger planet. So if you're getting your downloads and those messages and they're not the most positive, toss it into a burning bowl. Remember, we're coming up on a new moon in a fire sign. You don't have to wait until the 29th to toss something into cleanse by fire, right? Toss it into a burning bowl. Go out and get some sunlight. That's how you're going to cleanse by fire, the sun, right? And so, and then Venus is retrograde, still retrograde. Venus rules second house. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Taurus rules second house. Second house is personal resources, money, habits, possessions, value, financial security, self-worth, and your income, right? So make sure you're doing checks and balances, checking your bank statements, all those things, printing those things out, making sure your passwords are up to date, making sure you don't have any things on your account that you don't recognize, making sure you're checking everything. Fine tooth comb, you're closing out a cycle, right? Make sure you know what your self-worth is. That's affirmations, doing the mirror work, all those things, because you are money. And then Libra rules seventh house. This also connects us to Venus. Marriage. What are your views on marriage? Just in case somebody's in, the mood for marriage. Marriage is not just romantic. Thinking about marrying a job, right? Maybe that's maybe you're thinking about a job. That's also a marriage, right? Relationships, whether it's friendships or then there's also partnerships, business contracts, inner desires. What are your inner desires, right? And then enemies, right? So, right. So, has there been any things that's been discovered during this time? Have anybody that's kind of sort of been discovered as an enemy, with a secret, or has something come out? So any of those things you're processing, right? Processing anything you need to toss into a burning bowl. So let's get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. Don't even overthink certain things, and use a burning bowl as often as you need to, but don't stay fixated on it, because some things can cause you to be spiritually dehydrated. If you overthink it, you can forget to drink your water, right? You can get dehydrated. It's like sitting there and letting your water just dehydrate. So no. Toss it into a burning bowl, drink your water, go about your day. You got stuff that you need to do. But today is a great day. Aquarius. Keep your vibrations high. Let's get into it. All right, Aquarius. Ooh, all right. Page of Swords. I saw that card come out. So here we go. Whatever anxiety you may have been having about whatever messages you've been, this Page of Swords, messenger planet. Remember, the messenger planet, Mercury, is currently retrograde. Remember, planets don't move backwards. They don't move at a slower pace. You've had a lot of ideas, right, come through. Source is saying whatever anxiety you had is going to be going away very soon, right? So, again, you have a lot of messages coming through. Make sure all of that air, you're drinking your water. You're an air sign, but you're also a water bearer. Make sure your cup is not evaporating with all this overthinking. I got to say that to you all, Aquarius, because I know you all are fixed signs. Got to say it. Here we have the Devil card, right? Devil card. Yeah, the devil really is in the details. Devil is in the details, right? So you don't want to become enslaved to any kind of obsession of overthinking. We're coming to the end of a cycle. You're overthinking something. So something is coming to an end. Yeah, Tower. You're just having a total recall of some things. You're in a very very vulnerable space. You could be picking up on some energy. You could be picking up on energy that you have in common, with some energies, right? Here's a Justice card, right? So this right here, you and somebody, what you all could have in common, this is Libra, this is what I was talking about, right? You and somebody could have in common hidden enemies, or you and somebody could have some enemies in common, right? That you all are like, right? So remember, this right here rules first house. So this is right here. So the Tower card is, it rules Aries, but it also rules Scorpio. So Aries rules first house. First house is about personality, temperament, appearance, self-image, first impression, self-awareness, and outlook on life. But it also rules Scorpio, which rules eighth house, right? And so that's renewal, sexuality, death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, occult, mystery, and intimacy, right? So what you and somebody may have in common, you and somebody who may not be together, you may be apart right now, may have some things in common, is that people may have a first impression about you all. So people may have a first impression about you all, right? May have been impulsive, may have jumped to some conclusions about you and someone. Right? Here's the Seven of Cups here. Right? But again, the devil is in the details. The devil is in the details, right? So here we have the Page of Wands here. And Page, again, is messenger energy, right? And so messenger energy is like, it sends off a particular message. And so what's in Mercury is you learn lessons about people who are impulsive. They jump to the conclusions. They jump to the wrong conclusions about people. They make an impulsive decision, jump to the wrong conclusions about people. You know, when they first meet people, they go, oh my God, right? Have the wrong idea. See these light bulbs right here. Like the wrong conclusions about people. So when I say today is a great day, today is a great day. And so the scales from your eyes have been removed. The scales from your eyes have been removed. So something is closed out. Something has come full circle. Something is closed out. So something about you and a loved one, people have jumped to conclusions about you and a loved one. And somebody was really obsessed with something. Right? Somebody was really, really obsessed with something, jumping to the wrong conclusions about you and someone. And so the Judgment card is the outermost planet. It's the outermost planet, and it's a generational planet, right? So the Judgment card speaks to Pluto, and Pluto is the death, rebirth planet. And so it's also a metamorphosis planet. It's powerful transformation. Powerful transformation. Yeah, powerful transformation. Yeah. Here's the Emperor card. Remember, this again speaks to the first house. Speaks to first house, right? Speaks to first house. Right? So somebody has some idea of who's behind something. You have an idea of who's behind something, right? Remember, all of this is genderless, by the way. All of this is genderless, just so we're crystal clear. You have an idea of who's behind something. But do you waste your air on who's behind something, or do you use your air responsibly and focus on your future? Remember, the moon being in your sign, you're focusing on moving forward. Your sign rules 11th house, right? And so you're focusing on moving forward, not going backwards, right? So even if you were going to 10th house, which this sign rules 10th house, that is 10th house is your purpose, right? You can ask questions to source through prayer, because somebody's a prayer warrior, is saying, source, what was the purpose? What was the purpose of energies being so obsessed with something, right? What was the purpose of energies being so obsessed with whatever energies we're obsessed with, right? So yeah, here's the Seven of Wands here. So I'm seeing 7 is something is closed, right? Then this, when I read cards, I read cards upright, reverse, left, right. I read cards upright, reverse, left, right, right? Yeah. Somebody was being bullied in this. So somebody was being bullied about travel, because I'm seeing a globe and a bus here. But I'm also seeing moving forward here, there's a lot of window of opportunity here. I'm seeing a lot of window of opportunity here. So whatever you've been praying for, because I see somebody as a prayer warrior here, whatever you've been praying for, I'm seeing a lot of window of opportunity here for you moving forward, which is great. Of travel. Here we have High Priestess energy here. Someone is right here. This would be like equivalent to like the number 11. Like these two pillars here would be like the number 11. Sometimes you see this number 2 here. It looks like a Roman numeral 11 or Roman number 11, right? But 2, 1, 2, right? So some of you all, and High Priestess energy really just means intuition. That's it. It's not even, you hear people say women's intuition, but men have intuition too. So don't even, men have intuition too. Men's intuition really is just as strong as women's intuition. Because men have dreams, they have feelings about things, they have deja vu, they have the ability to have telepathic thoughts and communication just like women do. Like, so to kind of sort of take that ability away from men, I mean, really? Yeah, so anyway. Yeah. Something was I feel like somebody could have new love coming across their path, because I'm seeing a window of opportunity coming your way. Looking at your cards here. That's if that's what you want. That's if that's what you want, Aquarius. But in terms of what that looks like for you, because this is a general reading, and these videos are on the World Wide Web. So wherever you're watching it, you would have to decide what that looks like on the outside, right? You'd have to look at, well, you have some idea what it looks like on, see how this person has this book open right here? So you'd have to literally write out what that person looks like on the outside, and then spiritually what that energy looks like, being that descriptive. On the outside, also on the inside. Because right now you should know exactly what your type is. Physically, spiritually, like very detailed. Health-wise, work habits, daily routines, fitness, pets, whether you like cats, whether you like dogs, goldfish, iguana, no pets, long-haired dogs, short-haired dogs, cats with no fur, long fur. Y'all know, you get the point. Anyway, service to others, diet, whether they're whole foods, likes meat, don't like meat, vegan, vegetarian, you get the point. I mean, that descriptive and that detail. Their spiritual practices, whether they like tarot. I mean, like for real, like if you are sitting down talking to somebody and you're afraid to tell them that you watch tarot, that's probably, you know. So I feel like you get the point. You get the point. So somebody has love coming across their path. But it's because you know how to save yourself. Somebody sees that you are a prayer warrior. You're not a combative, violent, you know, energy where people lie. So you have an idea of who's behind, you know, a bunch of lies as far as you and someone are concerned. So, yeah, you know who's behind it. Anyway, here we have the King of Wands here. I feel like you, somebody has and again, you're not giving any air to, you know, whatever, you know, any energies. Like if you had you like your last breath, you wouldn't waste your life because you're an air sign. And that's what I'm saying, your last breath, you're air. You're focusing on moving forward. Somebody has a loved one, and this is a combination of energies. And so when I talk about ancestors, excuse me, when I talk about ancestors, someone who crossed over, this is like when I talk about ancestors, I'm talking about like you may have like things that remind you of them. Maybe it's the way you talk, or like the way your fingernails are shaped, or your skin color, or your hair, your like the texture of your hair, eyelashes. Y'all know what I'm saying when I talk about ancestors. Something about you that reminds them that you have this quiet strength. Like when you walk in the room, or when your presence, you have this very strong presence where people could assume certain things about you. You have a quiet presence. Somebody, you know, in your family, like you have that same kind of presence that when you walk in a room, people know that you are there. But you're strong enough. You know your worth. You'll turn around and walk out. You'll turn around and walk out. And that's what I mean, is like the first impression that people may have. But you also, in that second house too, you know your self-worth. You know your self-worth. So first house is about, you know, first house is about first impression. People could have a first impression of you. So maybe you have like, and this could be a man or woman. You could have the shoulders, you could be, you know, tall, whatever, or whatever your height is, right? But also second house, you could have kind of sort of this presence, like you know your worth. You could have a very regal presence about you, like you know your worth. You know your worth and your value. So you help other people to adjust their crown too. Like so. So yeah, anyway. Somebody has a leadership position is coming across your path. Leadership position is coming across your path. That's why I said a window of opportunity for you coming across your path is you have a lot coming across your path. Like I said, window of opportunity for you is amazing coming. So, because you see things from a higher frequency. You see things from a higher frequency. Yeah. This is a Temperance card. Yeah, so here we go. So yeah, something has come full circle. You and someone are back in the saddle again. You know, I'm saying you being victorious. Yeah. Three of Pentacles here. Yeah, after being, you know, used as a pawn. You know, in someone's game. Somebody was being used. You and somebody, that's what you and somebody have in common, being used as a pawn in the game. You know. Queen of Cups here. Let's see, like I said, continue pouring into yourselves. Make sure you're not spiritually dehydrated. Yeah, this right here would be spiritually dehydrated. Right. Let's see what else we got. See this right here? The person has, I'm seeing expansion for you on the horizon. Right here, expansion. Somebody's taking a leap of faith. There's definitely some people that you won't be talking to anymore. Definitely some people that you won't be talking to anymore. Yeah. Leaving some energies behind in the past. Burning bowl. Let me see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we got going on here. Knight of Pentacles here. Some kind of a job offer is coming through for somebody. Where did I see that before? I want to say that was in your another video you all had. Yeah. Like I said, this right here. I'm seeing some kind of a job offer, travel by land. Patience, hard work, travel by land. Job offer, efficiency, responsibility. That's cool. Someone who is you're authoritative and structured. Strategic planning. There's a typo on this card here. I guess the person meant. There's a type. I was just looking at this card. There's a typo on this card. I'm like, what? I was reading the card like, what in the world? Sorry, Aquarius. I was reading this card and I'm like, what in the world is on this card? Oh my God. Anyway. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah. So I'm seeing it just looks like there was two energies was just like obsessed. So anyway, but you have some guardian angels that's watching over you. You have guardian angels that's watching over you. You and someone. So I see a new beginning here. You're on the rebirth side. You're on the rebirth side here. And like I said, I'm seeing some jobs come up. So somebody may be working from home. Because you're a hermit. It looks like somebody really thrives in hermit mode. Looks like somebody thrives in hermit mode. This is almost, it feels like this is kind of a, almost a, and I, you know, I really don't know what's going to come out when the later cards out, but it's kind of sounding a little bit like a previous reading I did for you all. So, you know, not trying to be redundant, but at least somebody has love. At least somebody got love coming out. So not trying to be redundant on the job front, but at least somebody has love coming out, and whatever anxiety you may have been having about something else is coming to, you know, an end. We have Queen of Swords here. Yeah. Somebody sees you as pretty self-sufficient, someone who is very logical. Yeah, somebody who thrives and just, you know, leaving the, you know, foolery. You know. Yeah. So, okay, Two of Cups. Some kind of a love connection going on. I don't know how young you all are, but I don't know if you remember the show Love Connection, where the guy used to be kissing the contestants. I think that's what he used to do, if I remember correctly. The Love Connection. I think, if I remember, I had to go on YouTube and see, because they put some of the older shows on YouTube. But anyway, somebody has a love connection coming, because you're moving on. You're moving on from some stuff, but I feel like a love connection is coming for somebody. But yeah. Time to toss some things into a burning bowl. Somebody is very structured and authoritative, right? And so just, yeah, here we have the Nine of Cups. A lot of your wishes are coming true. A lot of your wishes are coming true. And so, like I said, keep yourself keep pouring into yourselves. Yeah, keep pouring into yourself. Keep transitioning. You know, you know, keep getting settled. You know, on your journey. You know, on your journey. Yeah. You know, just on your journey. That's what I have for you. But yeah, somebody's making a love connection. I can't tell you what the person is going to look like. I can't tell you what they're going to look like on the outside or the inside. That's something that you're going to have to create yourself. Because only you know. This is a general reading, right? But somebody is definitely a prayer warrior. There's a difference between a prayer warrior. This is you here, a prayer warrior. Who goes directly to the Creator to fight your battles, and that's who you are. So that's who you are. And the other one goes without saying. So. So clean your space. Yeah, clean your space. I think that's it. Hopefully that's helpful. You know, hopefully that's helpful for somebody. And hopefully that's helpful to somebody. Luck is on your side. Let me see what else is going on here. Divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. Is there anything else for my aqua babies? Let's see if there's anything else for my aquas. I think this is it, Aquarius. I think this is it. Like I said, I'm going to catch you all in the next video, the next regularly scheduled video. You all have some other content over on the Patreon side. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Take only what resonates with you. Yeah, your guardian angel watching over you. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this is helpful. Like I said, yeah, a lot of good things coming your way. And that's what I have for you, okay? Bye.